Apparently you guys love the tier list. Today we are doing not an operator tier list, but an operator ability tier list, baby. It's not off their guns, not off their secondary, not off their loadout, just their unique operator ability and how powerful those are. Alibi's ability is pretty bad. It's not great. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Like, it's good under Windows. You can make it so they have to hop in to actually shoot them and like they'll go through it. But like, what's the Alibi ability really doing? Wait, what? Why is this E? There we go. I'm saying Alibi ability, it's like C, not great. I feel like everything's gonna seem underwhelming because we're not including their like entire loadouts, you know? It might go down. We're not talking about their guns. Ability only. All right, Amaru. Amaru ability, it might be one of the most fun, but it's one of the worst abilities. Amaru's really only good because of the G8. Well, the rush plays with the Amaru is pretty good though. The rush plays with the Amaru is pretty good, but I'm picturing like if Amaru had a really terrible gun, nobody would pick her because her ability is completely useless. Unless you want to do fun speed. Aruni ability though, primo. And we're counting her fist as part of her ability because it is unique to her. So her fist plus gates. Fist plus gates, you got like an A tier op, maybe S tier. That's clean. The gates, I mean, you can just burn them. They are pretty easy to burn. They take a while to reset. If you could reset quicker, that would be a little nicer. I'll put her in the A tier. Here, the fist, great for opening hatches, lines of sight, very nice. Not bad. And I love fisting. Yeah, what can I say? I love fisting. Ash breach launcher. It's okay. You get the Azamis, the walls, the floors, the ceilings, the hatches. It's pretty quick to use. I put her in B. I think it fell into B for the right reasons. Useful. I just wish she had 3, honestly. I wish she had more. Azami ability, that's an S tier. That's a clear S tier, clear winner. We are going off the new season. We are going off year 9, season 1. So even with the fact that you can shoot the Kivas to break them, still an S tier ability. You can still use them for playmaking, blocking lines of sight, use them on the fly. You can still even use them just for the sight setup. Just put it right in front of you as long as you're playing on it. Because if they try to shoot it to break it, you peek off of it and shoot them. Boom. Dead. Azami ability, still quality, still top notch. Bandit's ability, yikes, guys. I don't know about this one. I mean, still better than Alibi for sure. Bandit ability is pretty good. You got bandit tricking in there. You can stop quite a bit of walls. They're just really easy to break, especially when you compare them to Cade. Like, they're okay. They're okay. I'll put them above Ash, maybe even low A. But for now, Bandit, you can stay top of B with your stupid little batteries. Your bitch boy batteries. That's a W take? Okay, well, we'll take that. We'll take that. We'll consider this a dub. Next, we have Blackbeard shields. I mean, obviously, that's one of the worst abilities in the game. That's straight up. He's got grenades now, but unfortunately, we're not considering that. Yeah, he's just the worst. He might be the worst of all the operators. Based off strictly ability, might be the worst of all the operators. We got Blitz next. Blitz's actual shield, I actually think it's really good. You know, Blitz doesn't have great guns. That's why he has a pistol. The shield, well, it's not super good, especially with year 9. You can see their knees, so it's like kind of rough, honestly. I think Blitz's shield is like C, low C, maybe D. We'll put him in D. It's good if you get into close range situations. If you get up close, it's good. You can reload behind it. You can throw smokes from behind it. It's pretty good. Maybe we'll go C, like low C. I think Monty is just way better now, especially since like the fact that you can shoot the knees on the people is crazy to me. If you couldn't shoot the knees, I would say Blitz is like B, like a solid B, maybe even A, like good shield. I would say overall the shield changes made the shields better outside of the fact you can shoot their knees. That just made them worse, just that alone. Took away everything they changed. All right, Brava. Brava's clutch drones. How good are these clutch drones? You can hack a lot. You can hack a lot, but a lot of time they're kind of useless. You definitely have to pick her at the right times. The actual clutch drone themselves, great against Capcan, but not like super strong, I would say. I would say Brava overall has a really good loadout, but just the clutch drones alone, Ash launcher or clutch drones. Ash launcher is more useful more of the time, but the clutch drones are still solid. True, the clutch drones, you do have 2 extra drones. 2 extra drones. That's 4 drones total. 2 drones plus Ash launcher or 4 drones plus hacks. Okay, you've convinced me. She'll surpass Ash. Barely. Like, they're pretty similar. All right, Buck Skeleton Key. So fast. Best soft breaching if you're just straight going destruction. Vertical breach from below, from above. I think Buck Skeleton Key is an S tier. It's so good. It's also so good close range for killing people. So good. I'm going S tier on the Buck Skeleton Key. Yeah, absolute power play ability. Capitao is next. Capitao, firebolts and smokes. Now, on paper, firebolts and smokes, very, very good. Very good ability. But then you get the clunkiness of the gadget, the risk it takes to use it, and the actual, like, it's okay, or you can just bring smoke grenades and not bring the fire, you know? You could just bring, like let's say Nomad had smoke grenades. Nomad's just, like, you're just gonna launch him out of the smokes, you know? It's like, but quicker. Capitao, I don't know. I'm not a huge crossbolt fan, if I'm being honest. Most of the time, I don't even use it because it's, like, too risky to pull out. I'm gonna say it's C. It's like, it can be really strong, very effective, better than the Prismas. Honestly, the shields, the Blitz shields are better than Prismas too, but I would much rather have the Ash Launcher over the Capital bolts. What do you guys think? There are still some really good plays you can make with Capital. Cap is S tier, the crossbow bolts? You guys are wild. You guys are wild, and they're pretty good, but I think they're just too risky. Especially the higher, like if you're in lower rank, I can understand why you think Capital bolts are really, really good. But when you rank up, the higher in rank you go, the more aggressive people become, and they will punish you for pulling it out. So it is sketchy. It is really sketchy to use. And even when you do, they're not super effective a lot of the time. He's really good on Clubhouse. I'll give you that. On Clubhouse, A tier, okay? Rest of the time, with everything else accounted for, C tier. Castle, barricades. Very strong. Like, imagine Castle had a better gun. Imagine Castle had Tubero's DMR with the ACOG. Castle would be just so good. I think Castle barricades are very strong. I'm going to put it A tier. I think they're better than the Bandit batteries. I think they're better than the Aruni gates. Are they better than the Aruni gates? Maybe not. Maybe not better than the Aruni gates, but they are very strong. We'll put them in the A. Castle barricades going in A. The Ump, dog shit. He has the ACOG on it now too, which, you know, huge. Cav's ability, the silent step ability. How good is, oh, plus interrogation, that counts as part of her ability as well. Interrogation plus silent step. What do we think about this one? Picture Cav with good guns. You know what I'm saying? Because Cav on a regular tier list is like D. Her guns suck, and that's the worst part. The silent step, the thing about the silent step is it still makes noise, so that kind of sucks. Like, you can still hear Cav if she's sprinting. Like, it should be fully silent, and that would be sick. But the interrogation is one of the best abilities in the game when you can pull it off. It's risky though. Same with Capital, it's risky because it takes time to do. You're vulnerable while you do it. But silent step plus interrogation, I mean, it's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. Low B, like honestly, Cav's ability is really, well, is it really good? Is it really good? Because you just get droned out and you don't have an ability. Are the guns really impacting her that much? We'll put her C tier. Put her above Cap though. Strong C Cav. How's that? Yeah, nice. But again, the better players you play, the more that drone, the worse she gets. Playing people that are super aggressive, don't drone. Bust the Cav out, go crazy. Get some Interos, get some freebies. Ash can counter mirror windows as well now, yep. Clash. I mean, Clash Shield, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good defender ability, you know? Is it really that good of a defender ability? Like the Clash Shield? It is really good. It just slows everyone down. That shield's solid. Like, picture Clash with an AK-12. It's hard with the shields because they're like, you can't, it's not fair to be like, picture Clash with an AK-12, you know? But the Clash Shield is very, very strong, especially when you compare it to like interrogation, like Cav and Alibi. It's better. I would say it's better than the Alibi clones for sure. Bandit batteries versus Clash Shield, like Bandit batteries are good. Bandit tricking is really good. I think she's got to be B tier. I think like B tier Clash Shield, right? Very powerful. And it's also hard to kill her. It can be pretty hard to kill her at times. We'll put her there. I think the Bandit batteries are still more effective just for like keeping breaches shut, like Bandit tricking. Very nice. Doc Stim Pistol. Ooh. Doc's Stim Pistol ability is honestly not too bad. I think I'm going to move the Alibi down to D because I think the Prismas are not very effective. But the Stim Pistol, I think that's where I put in C, like low. Stim Pistol's okay. It's okay. Like, most of the time it's not doing too much. At least in the ranks I play, there's a lot of headshots going on. You're not really escaping gunfights as often in Champ as you are in like Silver, let's say. So Doc in Silver, sure, he might be S or A. But in Champ, he's like low C. He's like effective sometimes, you know, fine. Stim Pistol, it's okay. It's not a great ability, but it's okay. Dokubi's ability, 2 phone calls plus camera hacks. You could give Dokubi the shittiest guns in the game, and she would still be S tier. I think she's the best of the S tier that we have right now. I don't think there's even an argument against Dokubi not being the best. So good. So much information from just the calls alone. And then you hack cams and you have even more. Dokubi's going to be a top pick Y9 Season 1. What can I say? What can I say? Echo. Echo's yokai drones are so underrated, man. Echo's yokais are so good. Okay, think about Echo's cams as this. Valk cams that you can move that can also stun and disorient people. But you have 2 instead of 3, but they're way more powerful. That's a huge move. That is a huge move. I think we got to go Echo, underrated S tier. They are easy to shoot, though. That's true. Maybe A tier. Let's put them... I still think Echo cams over Rooney gates. No. No. Because the Rooney gates are passive, right? You put them down, you don't have to pay attention to them. The Echo drones you have to actively be using. But they're still so good. They're so strong. So we'll put them here. Elemines, good information, and that's about it. Not a big fan. I don't think Elemines are very good. They really don't affect the attackers at all. Besides, they can't hear. They're better than Prismas. I don't think they're better than Stims, though. Like, I think Ella's ability is like D. Not a big Ella fan, though, so maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased, guys. I admit, I have my own opinions. Hence why we're making a tier list. They are good info, though, and that's about it. Fenrir ability is so broken. He's getting a nerf this year at some point. They mentioned it on the season reveal or the year reveal. But yes, Fenrir's ability is definitely S tier. It's just a matter of where. You know, you have five devices. 3 can be active at a time. They fully blind people. You can put, like, they're just, oh my god, so effective. If you play off of a Fenrir, like, you wait for it to go off, wait a second, and then peek, they have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. I think Azami is a little more consistent and just a little more easy to work around, but the Fenrir gadget, solid as. Finka's ability, 20 HP for everyone on the team, reviving the teammates. Does it even, like, I don't even really know what Finka ability does anymore, because I know you used to be able to move faster through barbed wire and reload faster and stuff. Does any of that stuff still apply? Can you still move faster through barbed wire? I know you can't reload faster or aim down your sight faster, or like, how does it work? I need a refresher, because they just changed it that one time, and then I haven't known since. Because they got rid of the ADS speed buff. Faster's in Malusi's. It doesn't reduce your recoil. I know that, yeah. Okay, so you still have the ADS buff. You just don't have the faster reload. So it's still pretty good. It's still, like, arguably just as good. So if we have the Finka Stim, I mean, I think the Finka Stim's pretty solid, especially because you can revive people. It doesn't happen a lot. Finka's best asset, though, is definitely the fact that she had grenades in, like, an LMG, especially in the LMG meta. That's when she was really, really strong. I think... No! Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. I think she's still really good, though. Is Finka better than Blitz? Are the Stims better than Blitz Shield? No. Better than Doc? Probably. Smoke and Legion do fuck her over, but you got 5 teammates and they're all boosted, so. Flores ability, 4 extra drones that explode and destroy whatever you want. That's a pretty damn good ability, boys. The only problem, very slow, takes some time to actually use. Because you gotta do it one by one, you gotta do all the travel distance, you gotta work, you know, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's like A tier, maybe B tier. B tier, right about there. Maybe better than Bandit. It's solid, very good, very useful. It's just a matter of who you're playing with. But yeah, very good ability. Frost mats. You can revive yourself out of them, that's the biggest downfall. Pretty easy to shoot. They're good for maps like Chalet where there's a lot of windows. Frost has kind of fallen off since the self-revive thing. I'm not a big fan of the self-revive thing. I don't know if they should have put that in. But frost mats are still decent. They're still okay. You know, where are we going to put her? Probably not B. C? I still think they're solid. Good when you bust it out once in a million times. Put the thorn trap there for the insta-kill. Perhaps. But, yeah, I don't know. Meh. They're kind of meh. They're kind of meh now. I don't use frost really at all anymore. Fuse. Fuse's ability is good for destroying stuff, okay? You're probably not going to get kills with Fuse, and if you do, you're probably silver. But it's great for destroying utility. Faux show. And if you're playing Hostage, yeah, S tier. S tier operator on Hostage, for sure. My problem with Fuse is you're going to get C4'd most of the time if you're playing good people. It's just it's a risk factor. There's a risk factor to using them, and I don't think it's that good. Like, if you want to destroy a bunch of stuff, play Flores, you know, that's my opinion. The Fuse cluster charges. The fact you can go through reinforcements is nice, but I really can't justify putting it any higher than D. We'll put it like high D, I guess. Probably not. Probably there. I've been killed by more friendly cluster charges than enemy. Well, there you have it. From Red Sniper 6 himself. Don't play Fuse. Glaz. Glaz's ability, seeing through smoke grenades. I think it's underrated, boys. I think the Glass thermal scope is underrated. Being able to see through the smokes is perfect for when you're trying to do something and need cover, but you also have smoke grenades. So it's like, I want to plant the bomb. I'm going to use my smoke grenades to cover me. But I also want someone to shoot all the people that try to run up on us while we do it. The thermal is great. We're not even taking into account the gun. Like, if Glaz had a real gun, it's going to be the best operator in the game. So I feel like we almost have to make Glaz like an S tier operator. The Glaz thermal scope. The thermal scope has got to be S tier. That's a very strong ability. I just can't think of why he shouldn't be S tier. Does everyone have a reason why Glaz thermal scope should not be S tier? Just the scope alone. Warden, because Warden can do the same thing. But honestly, I think Warden has the disadvantage going up against a Glaz, because the Glaz is already posted up on the angle when the Warden comes. So the Glaz wins that fight because the Warden is showing up later than the Glaz is. You have to stand still while you're using it. It recharges so fast that I don't even think that's true. You can literally walk through it and then stand still, and it'll still, like, you still have smokes up because it lasts quite a bit. I guess it's hard to watch everything while you're doing it, so it's easy to get C4'd, especially if you're standing right in the middle of smoke. Okay, I feel like S tier is just wrong, so let's just put it high A. It feels wrong to put Glaz in the S tier, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Good. High A. Goyo. Goyo's canisters are honestly really solid. I'm a big Goyo fan, especially if you put them on barricades. It's passive utility that wastes a lot of time. You put it on a barricade, you got 20 seconds from when they break that barricade that they have to wait. So then they break the door and you know, okay, well, we have time to rotate back to site if they're trying to rush, or we have time to figure out what they're doing before we actually have to make a move. So the Goyo time adds comfort, it adds safety, it adds passive niceness to a lineup, and then you can also put it beside the doorway so you have another 20 seconds whenever you want. What just happened? I just got follow botted. All right, alerts are going off. Did I get raided or follow botted? There's nobody in the chat's still working, right? Hello? Chat's all good. Okay, yeah, I'm just getting follow botted. I'm just getting like a ton of spam follows. Well, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the Goyo. Right, this is really distracting now. How do I close? I'm just gonna close it. I actually don't know how to close it. That's unfortunate. All right, whatever, I'll minimize it. So yeah, you have the passive utility, but then you can also use it for when you want to blow it up. You can put it in specific spots that they're going to try to plant that they have to then break it first, or like shoot it at a weird angle. And I think it's great. I think the Goyo canisters are very, very strong. Even better than a Rooney. I'm put them A tier, not like S tier, but A tier. Very solid A tier. Twitch is a great counter. That's true. The Twitch counter is huge. I love playing Twitch, especially on like Kitchen of Coastline. Like people play Goyo there all the time, and I bring the Twitch and just pop them all because there's all the drone holes and so many sneaky ways in with your drone. It's great. Luckily, Twitch isn't played a lot, so he can stay in the A. He can stay in my A. You can stay in my A anytime, Goyo. Gridlock. Gridlock's ability is horseshit. So bad. Firstly, if you're using it for a flank, they could just walk through it. Okay, they can just walk through and shoot you in the face. That's like 9 out of 10 times what happens when I play Gridlock on Flank Watch. They just walk through it and shoot you. It's the same thing as Tachanka. Maybe in the lower ranks, they're scared of doing it, so they shoot it and make a lot of noise and you know they're there. But in Champ, bro, they just walk through it. It's basically silent when they're grunting, and then they just flank you and shoot you in the head. Yeah, it's just so bad. It's good for sound cover, like if you use them aggressively, like if you're going for a plant or something, you're throwing them down, very good. I just find them so inconsistent and so weak. And really, the only thing I like about Gridlock is her gun, the smoke grenades, and the smoke grenades in combination with her ability specifically. Post plant, she's meh. I don't know. I think Gridlock ability is dog water. We can put her low D just for the sake of the fact that they're loud. Grimm's bees, so good. People think I'm trolling when I say Grim is good. Grim is really good. Super underrated. The bees they just ping exactly where they are. So you have constant information. Your whole team gets the information. It's locking them out of an area for 16 seconds. It's so long. You have 4 or 5 of them. Bees nuts go hard, dude. Bees nuts are great. How good are they though? Like under Flores, I do think Flores's drones are better. They're just more impactful consistently. Sometimes there's areas where the bees aren't going to do you very well, but overall I think the bees are in B. Bees tier. Grim would be better if he was just release line. Yeah, I agree. It's really good for blocking off a lane push, agreed. Grim's on attack. Okay, Habana. Habana ability, great for opening hatches, great for establishing new lines of sight. Not the best for opening regular breaches, but it's versatile, it's useful. It is also slow, prone to bandit tricking. It's okay. It's an okay ability. It's probably... B tier. Because hard breaching is very impactful as well. Being able to open walls is very strong. Yana clones, recharge, information, fast, great. Baiting, they add pressure. You can trade off of them with a teammate. They are very, very strong. What do we think? S or A? S or A? S for ass. Oh, she has an S tier ass. Yeah, nice. I think below Goyo. I think the clones are better than the Goyos. The clones are really good. Okay, moving on. IQ scanner might be one of the most useless things in this entire game. Unless you're playing against a Valk or a Vigil or a Pulse like IQ. Okay, let me rephrase. IQ scanner good with teammates who listen to your callouts. IQ scanner not so good when solo Q and no Valk. Like kind of useless a lot of the time actually. IQ scanner, but it's useful, but it's not it's not useful all the time. It's not the best. It's not necessary a lot of the time. I'll put her in the nice low C above Doc. How's that? Yeah. We all agree. Let's go. Nice. Jackal. Okay. I mean, as a guy who loves feet, if I love feet, he loves feet, he's got to be S tier, right? Jackal ability on its own is it's good. It's good. I am not a massive Jackal fan. It's good if you don't know how to gather info well. It's good if you're solo. It's just good for like a little added layer of safety when roam clearing or trying to take the map. Most of the time I'll just completely avoid a roam clear if I'm like worried about roamers, because even the Jackal ability, it's still, there's workarounds to it. So it's not the safest option, not the most consistent. So I think it's like B, maybe above Ash. No, maybe not. We'll put it low B, bottom of the B. Yeah. Just think of the prime sub, sir. Welcome to the PP squad for life. Love to see it. Let's see if my noties are going crazy and the follow bots are gone. Okay, nice. We can just remove them all after the stream. 1 second. Sorry, boys. Sorry. New video today. Did we watch it? Probably not, because I've been streaming. Okay, next up, Jaeger. Jaeger ability. ADSs recharge. They are stationary, so they don't move around. You can hold down a lot of power positions with the ADSs. They are strong. They are good, but they might not always be necessary. Does that make sense? Are they better than Goyos? Yes. Are they better than Fenrir's? No. So where in between here and here does Jaeger lie? I would say it's probably be an S tier ability. Probably even better than the Buck. They're just so good. They give you the confidence to play a position without having to worry about just a random flashbang popping in and eating your bum. You know? Come on, guys. You get it. I'm going off year 9, season 1. Well, as much as I can from what I've played on the test server. Cade Claws. Super good. I mean, so good. You guys know how good Cade Claws are, okay? These are S tier. Easily S tier. I would say they're better than the Jaeger even. Are they better than Fenrir? Probably. Honestly, probably. But they are countered by Thatcher. No, well, you could trick. And then it's a whole other shit show. I'll put them here. Yeah. Cade Claws all legit, bro. So yeah, that's where he's gonna go. Callie's Lance. You guys know I hate Callie. You know normally Callie's in the F tier for me. Or D tier, like not up there. But Callie's Lance, dude, is really freaking good. You know the problem with Callie is the sniper is literally the worst gun in the entire game. But the Lance, versatile. Like imagine you have Buck, but instead of the shotgun you have Callie's Lance. That's going to be a pretty freaking good operator, dude. You have 3 of them. You can get wall denial. I don't think it's really that good for wall denial because it's like so loud and obnoxious and predictable and not that good. I think Thatcher's much better for wall denial. But for breaking like utility, like ADSs, stuff on the other side of barricades, like you shoot at a barricade, it'll break everything on the other side. Shields, Miras. I think it's almost like if you play it like an Ash launcher, then it's actually pretty strong. Except for the fact you can't breach with it like the Ash launcher. But you have 3. So I think she's like top C maybe even up here. Not as good as Brava, not as good as Jackal. Top C or B or C? Low B, top C. What are we thinking? Get his zombies with them too. True. Okay, we'll put her here. We'll put her low B. Stop C. Stop, please. Okay, yeah, I'm with Grubsy on this one. Capcan traps. Killers. Great counters to aggression. Capcan traps are really good if you stack them up. If you 3-2 them all day. 3 on one door, 2 on another. You put the 3 on the door that you are nowhere near, so you guarantee the kill. On the 2 on the other door, if it's a 2-speed coming through, they're down. You can finish them off if it's near sight. Great on sight, great on roam. Very versatile, very strong, good against aggression. A lot of aggressive people out there. Countered by Brava, countered by Twitch. Probably A tier. Probably, they do kill people. That's the biggest thing, is you get kills with them. I'm going to put them in the middle of A. Capcan S because it's your only hope against cheaters. Capcan is the chess player's operator. Capcan is for when you suck at the game and you just need traps to get kills. That's what your average rank star who has good aim would say. But not me, because my aim sucks and I need Capcan to beat the players that are better mechanically than me. Which is fine. That's why I love Siege, you know? You can have worse aim and still be better. Legion. Legion's goo mines do damage, slow, they have to pull it out. Very good for information. Very good. Great against shields. don't show up on IQ scanner. They're not even gadgets technically. I would say they're also like in the A tier realm, like somewhere with Capcan and Goyo and stuff like that. Definitely better than... Yeah. I'm going to put a Rooney above Legion because she has the fist. Click on the second link. Make sure your account's linked to get the charm. There we go. Lion's ability, it's like okay. It's okay. It's really good with coordination. I feel like a lot of people play Lion and think they're doing something because they press their ability button and use their ability. But it's really only good when it's in a coordinated attempt to like take someone out. So it's almost niche in that sense where it's like most of the time it's just doing nothing, even though it feels like it might be doing something. Me personally, I'd much rather have a Finka on my team than a Lion because I don't think the Lion scanner is like being super effective. Now, it doesn't mean it can't be super effective. It can be strong. It can be useful, but I don't think it's that useful. Well, no, it is a lot more strong when it is strong. Maybe I'll put him like here, you know. A lot of playing Lion is running a 51 round mag with an ACOG sight. Maestro cameras, 3 Maestro cams. You can zap drones, you can zap people, you can zap utility. The only thing is you have to actively be on them. Right now, just because he has 3, I do think the Maestro cams are better than the Echo cams, but I think these are both very, very good operators that I would recommend anybody learn, anybody play. If you're new, if you're experienced, you can get really, really good with these guys. And the Maestro cams are really, really just goated with the sauce. Tons of info. I'm even gonna. He's keep working his way. Oh, he's working his way up there. I'm gonna put him high A. I would put him S tier, but you have to actively be on them, which is the only downside. But they're still good even when you're dead for info. You can see through smoke. That's true. Very nice. They should, honestly, if they're going to keep the ACOGs like they have them in the test server right now, with Tubero having it, a Rooney, all the DMRs, with Doc, with Rook, they should also give it to Maestro and Echo. Because they're 1-speeds, they're anchors, they play the same role. Sure, throw it on there. I do not have a standing desk. No. Maverick's Blowtorch. Hey guys, you know the best part about this? No counters, baby. Mav's Blowtorch has no counters. Not one. It's very, very good. It is a little risky to use. There is some risk associated because you can die while you're using it. But it is also very in meta right now and very, very strong. I think we got to put him in S tier. Maybe A. Maybe A just because of the risk factor associated with using it. But yeah, very, very good. Very good ability. And you can drop dicks in the wall. More importantly. How tall am I? I'm 7'8". Malusi's wubs are really good info. The same way Elemines are really good info, except these actually affect the attackers where they can't move. They're easier to shoot. They're slow-moving targets that you can kill. It's great. Fantastic. Harder to destroy because they are bulletproof unless you're actually in them. I do think they're really good. Probably along the A tier as well. Great info. Passive info. You don't have to actively be on them. Adds just another level of security to the defense. I'm actually going to put Malusi's gadget in S tier. Yeah, right there. The only reason I don't play Malusi is because I suck with the MP5 without the 1.5 sight for whatever reason. Mira windows, just really easy to counter. Good with protection, but they're also, you can only put them on so many places, you know? You have to play behind them, which is kind of, it's like you have 2 of them, but you have to commit a person to each one if you want them to be effective. You can break them, you can punch them, there's a lot of counters to Mira now. She's kind of fallen off a little bit. She's still solid, but the Mira windows themselves are fragile and only so effective, I would say. For those reasons, I'm going to put Mira in the B tier. Oof. They are good for ghost pressure. That's a good point. Just them being there kind of scares the attackers. I feel like most of the spots that you would typically put Miras, they do end up getting punched a lot of the time now, but she is still very strong on a few select sides. She is not getting an ACOG now. Monty shield, definitely the best shield op now. With the shield rework, the other shields are just way too easy to kill because you can see their legs underneath the shield. But Monty is the only one that you can extend your shield and that not actually happen. So he's the best for actually staying alive as a shield operator on the attack. And you get a ton of info. You can be aggressive. You can push. He was used so much at Invitational because he's just so good. Now, Monty shield versus Clash shield. The Clash shield's got to be better, right? It shocks people at the same time. But you can't unextend it and melee people and bash people like you can with the Monty. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. Mozzie Pests. Being able to hack the drones is cool. Most of the time you don't have the time to actually drive them around and set them up and put them where you want it or actually use them the way you want to. So I find that the Mozzie Pests are actually very underwhelming. You can get rid of some info and kind of play around them a little bit, which is nice. I do think he's still better than these guys in terms of his ability. Better than Doc probably, but he's kind of lower for me in terms of his actual ability. But if you have Pizza Mozzie, yes, S tier, exactly. Mute Jammers. I think Mute Jammers gotta be the best ability in the entire game. They counter drones, they counter wall denial, they counter Dokkaebi calls, they counter lion scans, they counter blitz shield, they counter Deimos, they counter Grimbees, they counter literally everything except for explosives. I can't think of a single operator. I don't think a single operator on this list has a better ability than 4 Mute Jammers. 4 Mute Jammers. And I love Mute. Let's just throw it out there. His loadout's great too. Goes great. I mean, it's nothing to do with the list, but his loadout goes great too. Nox ability is fucking useless. It might honestly be worse than Blackbeard's. No, not quite. Nox ability is just so situational now because you can hear her on the camera still. So even if you can't see her, you can still call out where she is. And a call out off a default camera is already general information. You can say, hey, there's one bottom white stairs on the Oregon camera. He's coming Showers Hall. You know, you have Nox sneaking through with his ability on, you're still going to hear him say Nox coming through Showers Hall. So the call out is the exact same whether or not she has her ability on or not. So I think it's just, what's the point? What's the point? The only situation where I think Nox is good is the lobby of Bank because the camera is so far away that you probably won't hear it. You probably won't hear her on that camera if she's like crouch walking. But even then, it doesn't last very long. Like, this is sad because I think this was just like massive over nerf to Nox that wasn't necessary. So I'm a little sad. Like, I hope they just revert it. I hope they go back to old Nox. Like, give her the silent step back. Her nades, you can't nade people through the floor, and her gun is not great. So I think Ubisoft should just, bring it back. Bring back the silent step. Why not? Nomad's air jabs. Ooh, now we're cooking, boys. You talk about gridlock spikes. Tuh. Get out of here. You talk about Nomad air jabs. I might need to calm myself down a bit because I am getting a little excited, if you know what I'm saying. Nomad's air jabs are sick. They're so sick. They're so fun, dude. You can shoot them aggressively. You can use them for flank. You can use them for runouts. I would say Nomad's ability is better than Grim. Better than Flores. Where are we going to put her, boys? Where are we going to put her? Where's she going to end up? She crawling. I don't know. Honestly, the only downside is she is countered by Impact, Soulless. There is like ways around her. You can shoot them. How do we feel about that? You guys are all saying S tier? I don't think she's quite S tier in terms of the strength of the air jabs. The air jabs are really good, but the fragility of them makes them not quite as good. Next, okay. Oryx Dash is literally good for one thing, and that's hitting shields. And even then, half the time I miss because the contact is not there a lot of the time. Oryx Dash is so bad, bro. Oryx is literally only good because he has a good gun. That's it. I can't. Oryx Dash is just, it's good for getting around the map and like escaping sticky situations at times, but it's like not even D. It's not even D. He can vault up the hatches. That's true. He can vault up the hatches and I still don't care. And I still jumping up the hatches doesn't really do much. He's so loud too. Yeah, true. I think Oryx might be the worst defender in the game right now. Osa shields, pretty powerful, vulnerable to impacts. Yet again, impacts are really big right now. They do a lot of things. They're very good, but the Osa shields are good in the right spots. Very powerful on like those long range angles where they can't reach the actual throw of the impacts. But I do think her shields are decent. I do think she's decent. Like I'm thinking maybe somewhere in B or high C, maybe somewhere in B. Like a little better than Jackal, maybe a little better than Ash. I think right there is the good spot for Osa shields. We'll put her there. I think that's fair. Pulse's scanner, so much info. Okay, I do think Pulse's scanner is actually really good. So much info. You can get kills from the floor below, from above even. If you're relaying that info to your team, it is a very, very useful ability. You are vulnerable while using your pulse scanner, though. You can get shot in the face with it out, which kind of sucks. But you could pulse out a route for a flank. You could pulse out the enemies for your team, just call everything out. I think Pulse Scanner is very good. Very underrated, too. Pulse's biggest weakness is his loadout, just straight up. But his scanner is really good. I'm honestly thinking his scanner is probably as good as Castle Barricades. Like, it's almost on par here. I think the scanner is better than the mirror windows, honestly. Maybe not. Let's put him here. Deimos. Should we save Deimos for last, or should we do him now? Let's save him for last. And I probably won't do Recruit because Recruit doesn't have an ability yet. Okay, let's do Ram. Ram's ability, tear down floors, smash through barricades hella quick. The worst part about the Ram ability, honestly, is it opens up too much of the floor at times, where it's like the defender actually gains the advantage on you, which is not great. But I think the destruction capabilities and the fast playmaking you can do by smashing down barricades and opening up windows, you can do like rush plays with your team. I do think Ram's ability is actually pretty good overall, like really good. Air jabs, Ram, put her right there. Pretty solid A tier. I don't think she's better than Buck, because Buck can do vert from below and from above and safely, and you can be more precise with the Buck, whereas the Ram opens up too much at times. Rook armor kind of sucks. Let's be real. Everyone gets 20 HP boost, which is like, for some people, it's not even an extra bullet that takes. 20 HP boost. Everyone gets self-revive, which is nice. I think that's like a nice part about it. Most of the time, you cannot get it off. I think the Doc Stims are better than the Rook armor. I also think Ella is better than the Rook armor. The info from the Ella mines are better than the Rook armor. Yeah, Rook, you're going to be low D. Like, they're doing something, but it's not a lot. How are we feeling about the Sense Walls? Well, we all know Sense Walls are literal dog water. Clunky. Half the time, they just bounce off shit that isn't even there. The hitboxes are way too big for the actual gadget. Plus, you can break it. They're like bad smoke grenades because you can just impact or C4 it. You can... they do nothing, dude. They do nothing, man. Most of the time, they're more harmful than they are useful. Sense is so bad. So bad. Your beloved Lion is in C tier. Lion ability, not that good. Sorry. This is the ability tier list. Sometimes the bounces, like in the second half of the Sense Wall, also screw you over. 100%. Are the Sense Walls worse than the Blackbeard shields? Maybe, dude. Maybe. Okay, what about Sledgehammer? Sledgehammer, go smash. A lot of stuff you can break with Sledge's hammer. Floor, walls, castles, bulletproofs, if you're close enough. Sledgehammer is pretty good. Barricades, it's pretty good. But I think a lot of Sledge thrives from his actual loadout. Like, if Sledge didn't have grenades, do you think people would actually play him? Like, I don't know. Plus for breaching, like Buck, Ram, they're just better, they're faster, they're safer. He is iconic, and he is good. Like, the Sledgehammer is good. I just don't actually know how useful it really is. Like, I would rather have the Ash charges than the Sledgehammer, I think. And even the Kali Lance. The Kali Lance is over the Sledgehammer? Probably. I think I'm going to put him top C. Wow, weak showing from our boy. Do you think he should be higher? Like, do you think Sledge's hammer is better than Osa's shields? Like, I don't know, because it's so close range. But you have so many hits. You get so many hits. I just find most of the time when I play Sledge, I don't actually use the hammer. Like, it's like, I'm either maybe doing some vert, maybe. Or like hitting one castle throughout the round. And most of the time it's like, I'm just trying to like get nades off and maybe like use the gun. Smoke canisters. Guys, I'm making a new video, which we will be filming for later today, which is Smoke versus Tachanka. How these near identical operators are on completely opposite sides of the strength scale. Because Tachanka is so bad, yet Smoke is so good. So why is that? Well, I mean, 90% of that is the ability. Because Tachanka's gun is like solid, right? But Tachanka's ability is like just an absolute dog water piece of crap. But the Smoke ability is so good. I'll explain more in the video when I make it, but Smoke ability is really good. Super good for playmaking, super good for like on the fly stuff, super good for just cutting off one angle so you can hold another, stalling time effectively. I think Smoke's ability is better than Melusi just because of the versatility, and even Jaeger just because it's so good. It's so good. So good. Smoke is so good. Please believe it. Please. If you think I'm crazy right now, please just play Smoke for like 10 games and you'll see. You'll see. Well, we might as well do Tachanka now because we just shit all over him. So I'll continue my thought on Tachanka. Tachanka ability takes so long, does not last very long. So by the time you actually go to shoot a net, like it's usually gone by the time you want to actually do something with it. Takes super long, does not do a lot of damage. Attackers can just walk right through it. Really, the Tachanka ability is only good in my head when you're using it like Smoke, where you're pushing someone off an angle by firing them off and then swinging them with the gun. So the ability itself, like it's just high risk, slow, clunky, not a lot of damage, low range, doesn't last long, not a fan, takes forever to reload. How bad is it? It's really bad. It's really bad. but it is better in knock in the sense that you can like do that thing where you push people off of angles and stuff. There is a slight window for opportunity with it. Or like bank basement to stop the plant. That's like the one site where it's good for plant stopping because that's the only spot they can plant. Solis's ability. I mean, it's not nerfed yet, so it's gotta be S tier. I mean, it's so good. You're getting rid of all the drones in the prep phase, all the drones mid-round. You're essentially just eliminating the entire attacking team's information single-handedly. I can't think of a single reason why she wouldn't be S tier. You can get kills through the floor. Doesn't even matter what gun you have. You can get kills through the floor with that thing. We're gonna put it right there. Why'd I put Melusi at S tier? Because the Melusi webs are super strong. Very good information and the best like trap information around the site where it's just like you have information and they're moving really slow and they're bulletproof until they're in them. And at that point is when you're killing them and they're loud. It's very good. Very, very good. You guys think Fenrir is better than Solis? I don't know because the Fenrir traps do take a second to trip off and they can be kind of tricky to actually play around. Whereas the Solis scanner is consistently just bussin'. Just consistently bussin'. Thatcher's ability, wall denial, trap denial, ADS denial. A lot of perks with the Thatcher ability. Just wish it could do more. You know, there's a lot of things that it doesn't help against. You know, frost mats, Goyos, can get caught in the 1Y disc, bandit tricking, mirror windows, all the stuff that's like you need explosives for, a zombie, all that stuff. It's like, oh, Thatcher's not going to work. And at the same time, you kind of need information with Thatcher to know where you're actually using them. Because if you don't know there's a trap there, you're not going to throw an EMP. And if you don't throw the EMP, you're going to hit the trap, and then the EMP is like not doing anything. I think his ability is good in the right circumstances, but a lot of the time I find it can be useless, especially if they're not bringing wall denial and you're still picking the Thatcher. But I do think he's still solid. He's still good. I'm going to put him like low A, maybe. Yeah, low A. I think Nomad's a little bit higher than him. Callie does Thatcher's job, but Thatcher does it better. And Callie doesn't really do Thatcher's job. Like if you're playing against like Cade claws that they put in like the invincible spots, the Callie won't break them. Or if they're Cade tricking, Thatcher can counter that. Callie cannot because Cade will pick up the claw when he hears the Callie. There's a lot of downsides to using Callie for wall denial. Callie's only up here because she can break a lot of utility, not even for the wall denial aspect. Thatcher doesn't destroy shit anymore? What do you mean? Yeah, I know he doesn't destroy it, but you can still counter Cade, like 2 EMPs. All right, anyway. Thermite. Thermite breaches, big gaping holes. Love them. Love me some big gaping holes. Anyway, Thermite, big breaches. He doesn't have ranged breach. This is the biggest part of Thermite. There's no ranged breach, but his breaches are good. They are very strong. Bandit tricking obviously counters him. Tubero Bandit, also a great combo. But Thermite himself, he's kind of like a bit better than Hibana in my mind. And hard breaching is just really good in general. I do think he's a better pick than Thatcher, but maybe not Nomad. I'm gonna put him in A. That lack of range really hurts. Thorn traps. Thorn traps can kill people, but they don't in champion ranked. Okay? So I'm sorry if you think thorn traps are good. They're just not. There's a delay on them. Even the information from them is delayed. So you're getting still caught off by people, even with the thorn traps there. So the info is like, it's like risky compared to the Elemine. It's just not as good. It's very rare that you get the kills. So I'm basically saying it's like negligible, the fact that you actually get kills. You might get a lot of kills in silver or bronze or whatever, but I just think they're worse Elemines. They might be a bit better than like, no, I don't even think they're better than Alibi. Bit better than Rook Armor. I can't put them in F tier just because they do have the potential to kill people, and they force the attackers to actually make a decision, whether it's run through them all the way, turn around and shoot them, or like do something. So they can like displace people if you put them in the right spots. It's just very niche, very, very, very bleh. Thunderbird, or as I like to call her, Bad Doc. The Kona stations kind of suck, man. They only do 20 health, and then you have to wait for the recharge. The attackers can get them too. Not a fan. Not a fan. If the attackers hit them, at least you have info on where the attackers are. I actually had this moment the other day where someone ran into the Kona station in elbow on Oregon, so I knew he was deep elbow, so I knew he was stuck in the corner. So that was cool. I just don't like them, and I think they're bad. Tubero counters Deimos as well now. Counters wall denial. Well, he doesn't counter wall denial. He delays walls, which is great with wall denial. Counters Deimos, counters Glaz. There's actually a lot of surprising counters Tubero has, and he's actually really, really good. Even though he has 3 now, he's still nasty. I think he's S tier or A tier. A tier or bottom S. He's either no, he might be better than Malusi, dude. He might be better than Malusi. We'll put him here. Good against Blitz. Really good against Blitz, actually, as well. Yeah, that's true. Twitch drones. Okay, this gives you 2 extra drones, plus you can get rid of a lot of shit if you're good with them. They can get shot. I think Twitch is, like, really on par with Brava. Like they're both very similar, but both have different purposes, but they're both just as situational, and they both have the same counters and the same flaws, in my opinion, which makes me want to put the Twitch drones right beside her, honestly. Where did I go to school? Carleton University for 1 year. I have an Ottawa U sweater. Whoever, I did see that. Somebody asked if I lived in Ottawa. I live near Ottawa, yeah. Twitch drones. Maybe they're better than the Kludges because they're quicker, sneakier. But the Kludges get like cap cans and Aruni gates, which is so powerful, and they convert them. I'm gonna put her just slightly above Brava. We're just gonna throw her right there. This is just operator abilities, guys. Doesn't mean all the ops are mid, just the abilities. Valkyrie, great info. I personally think the Maestro cams are way better right now. Maestro cams are really good, and he also has 3. The best part about the Val cams, you can hide them, but IQ is like pretty good now, so she's not even a bad pick. So if you see the Valkyrie, just bring the IQ, and it's like, well, there goes Val. But with the Maestros, you have to actively like use shit to break them, or bring Brava, I guess. I think the Val cams are still good, especially for like C4s and stuff from below. I'll put her like mid-A. Tubero doesn't counter Ace because Ace is too used to the cold because he's Norwegian. Got me there. Got me there. Vigil's ability counters Deimos, but so does Mute and Tubero, and their ability is already S tier, so I still don't know why people would pick Vigil. Yeah, he can counter Deimos. His ability's fine. It's fine. It's honestly fine. It's not great. It's fine. Is it better than Mozzie? Probably. Meh. No, because Mozzie can hack and take over. Vigil's like, yeah, he's okay. Not great. Wamidis are... Okay, what's better? Wamidis or Jaeger ADSs? Wamidis, I think, are better because you can hide them better. They don't make sound. You can throw them on the fly, but they don't reset. They can be deployed from afar. You do have to stay alive to put them down, but that's usually not a big deal. They charge up pretty quick. I do think that the Wamidis are better than the Jaeger ADSs, but not by much. Not by much. Jaeger ADSs aren't that bad, especially because the Wamidis, you kind of, like... Let's say you stack all the Wamidis together, one nade will destroy all of them. Whereas Jaeger ADSs, if you stack them all together, you got 3 lines of cover, you know? Like, you can really bunker down with the Jaeger ADSs if you're really trying to. Like, you could run Jaeger M870 and just lock down, like, one staircase or one corner or one thing like that, and it's actually, like, viable. But people don't really play Jaeger these days. But yeah, well, there's just so many spots you can put them that it's not even that big of a deal. Warden's ability. Warden's ability is useful when it's useful, but so often it's not useful. Like, I feel like you only use Warden's ability 5% of the time, 3%. I think Warden's greatest ability is the fact that you have a Warden so that the other team doesn't bring a Ying. Like, his best ability is being like, oh, they have a Warden, we can't smoke plant. But you can still a lot of the time, but the glasses, I don't know. They're like not that good, but they're good. They're weirdly good. They're still weirdly good because you can do a lot with them still. You can shut down a whole smoke plant. Like, when they're good, they're round changing. They decide the round. And when they're not good, they're still making the other team scared of using smokes and playing Ying, or even flashbangs. You know, being in a corner and being safe from the fact that you're not going to get flashed is actually like pretty strong. I'm going to move him up. High C. Let's go, Warden. Let's freaking go. I also love the Warden shotgun. Like, when I play Warden now, I just play the shotgun, and it's really fun. Especially, like, now that he's lost to 1.5. Shotgun's good. All right, we're getting down to the wire, guys. We got Ying next. Now that Warden has lost his 1.5, so many less people play him. You know what that means? It is Candela season. It is Candela time. I think Ying Candelas are one of the best attacker gadgets. Are these all defenders? Oh my god. Buck is the highest attacker right now? Well, not anymore, because I think Ying Candelas are better than all these motherfuckers. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, Dokubi's an attacker. Forgot about that. Yeah, Dokubi's ability is better. Zero cams? Okay, buddy. Okay. Learn to drone, buddy. No, they're okay. You can get a lot of info from these things, especially on the right maps. They're pretty solid. You can get default cams. I like that you can get the default cams with them. That's nice. A lot of the time I feel like they're not super useful, or they're just a little redundant or even unnecessary. But you can do some cool stuff with them. I'll give you that. He's not S tier, guys. The Sam cams are not S tier. But I will give them some respect by putting them high C. Everyone's going to hate me for that. Guys, they're just overrated, bro. They are overrated. You can't tell me that zero cams are better than Twitch drones or Grim Bees or Habana pellets or even Jackal. Maybe they're better than Jackal, okay? Maybe they're better than Jackal. They're also so loud to deploy that they just get shot so much. Maybe in the lower lobbies they just don't shoot them because they can't fucking hear. But in Champion, dude, you shoot into a room and there's a person in there, your camera is gone. So they really are only effective when you shoot them into a room that's empty. And in that case, what are they doing besides like keeping the control on that room? They are better with a 5-stack. We'll completely agree with that. But yeah, they're okay. That's okay. That's an okay spot. You guys, look, we did them a little justice, okay? Just be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Zofia has 2 impacts, 2 concussions. Concussions are great for info. Impacts are obviously good for destroying. Better Ash. Straight up ability is better Ash. Oh my gosh. But the concussions are so strong. Like the concussions are really good, especially if you're planting, you know, and you're trying to cover a plant or just like clear a room. You don't have info. It's quick info. Quick info. Very good. Very nice. Probably not as good as Grim, but I think I would put her above Habana. Ace. We're getting down to it, boys. Ace and Deimos and Recruit left. Well, Recruit doesn't have an ability, so I guess he has to be F tier, right? Like his ability is having an extra gadget. That's like being like, oh, my ability is having smoke grenades. What's better, smoke grenades or sense walls? Well, smoke grenades are honestly better than sense walls. Well, actually, okay, that's gonna be too hard to. That's gonna be way too hard to explain. We're gonna leave him off the chart. Ace. Ace's ability, fastest breaching, breaches at range, makes big enough holes, can do it on floors, can do it on shields. Yeah, Ace's ability has to be S tier. This has to be the S tier of the hard breach because he can do it all. Plus hard breaching is really good. Is it better than Candela's? Probably not. You can really achieve a lot with those Candelas. I'm gonna put them right here, right below Ying. Okay, but which recruit's the best? Obviously green recruit is the best. Blue recruit, probably second best. And then pink recruit, and then yellow recruit. But Deimos, what tier does he go in? Has the ability to live track people, similar to Grimby's, which is constantly pinging them. But he gets tracked himself. Oh, the drama. Very good ability. The fact that you can pick anybody that you have spotted at any point in the round and scan them is crazy, because that's something that nobody else can do, where it's like, where did this guy go? I don't know, but now I do. Here you go, team. This is where he's at. Just that alone, very strong. I think Deimos is really good, and this is not even considering the fact he has the 44 to Vendetta. I think his ability is definitely better than Jackal's because of the fact you can pick anyone as long as you have them scanned. I think he is right there. I think Deimos is going to be a lot of fun. See, I think there's a lot of problems with Deimos that stem from how people are going to play him, because they will be kill hungry with his gadget. But if you play him the right way, where you're playing passive but smart, but playing for your team primarily and not for yourself, he's going to be much better. In Pro League, he's going to be disgusting, I think. But who knows? Maybe I'm delusional. Let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, that's my operator ability tier list for Year 9 Season 1. Can't wait for all of your guys' thoughts, all your angry thoughts on it.